I'm Sharon, and I am one of the co-authors of the Wellness Universe Guide to Complete Self-Care, 25 Tools for Stress Relief. I'm here to read my chapter to you all today. My chapter is chapter 8. It's breathing, a 3-minute practice for creating calm in any situation. And just so you are aware, on the left-hand side of the screen, there's a little blurb about my chapter, and then my contact information if you want to connect with me either by the Wellness Universe, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Lots of options for you there in the comments section. So again, my chapter is about breathing. It's breathing, a 3-minute practice for creating calm in any situation. My story: I couldn't breathe and pulled the car over to the side of the highway to call 911. The late afternoon rush hour had already begun, and cars whirred past. By the time the ambulance arrived, I was convinced I would die right then and there. As it turned out, a full-blown panic attack while driving landed me in the emergency room that day. Stress had bitten me in the ass before on occasion, but I was always able to manage my way through it. The conference room was full of colleagues and clients who were in town for a face-to-face kickoff meeting for a new project. I need to take a break to get out of this room, I said to myself. I looked down at the agenda, only to see that the formal break wasn't for another 20 minutes. My heartbeat thumped louder and louder in my ears. My palms began to sweat. I need to leave this room now. I got up and headed to the door, making sure to pull it closed behind me as quietly as I could. About halfway down the hall to the bathroom, I realized my breath was in the tippy-top part of my chest and was very shallow. I felt lightheaded as I grasped the handle and pushed open the door. The loud whoosh of the toilet flushing got my attention, and I began to think through my next move. I have to go outside. I need to get some fresh air. The ride down in the elevator seemed to take forever. By the time I crossed the lobby and exited the building, I was already calmer. I heard an inner voice gently remind me to focus on your breath, while I deepened and slowed each inhale and exhale. The fresh air kept the process moving, and within a few minutes, I was calm. Doesn't everyone who juggles young kids in a career experience this? Awakened by a loud gasp, which turned out to be mine, I sat bolt upright in bed. The alarm hadn't gone off. It was still dark outside. The clock read 4:45 a.m. Am I losing my mind? Do I have some sort of illness? What is wrong with me? These questions and concerns led me to get a full medical workup. Your blood work and everything looks good, normal, the doctor said. I'd like you to try a medication. Medication for what? I asked. For anxiety, he replied. Given I was already in therapy to heal childhood trauma, and my anxiety was becoming more severe, he recommended, and I agreed to try a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, an SSRI. Don't worry, it's not addictive. It won't fix everything, but I think it will help take the edge off the anxiety so you can function better, he counseled. While the medication did help take the edge off my anxiety, I continued to struggle with life's day-to-day stresses and began my search for other tools to better manage life's ups and downs. That's when I learned to befriend my breath rather than to try to outrun it. I'm confident that you can learn to do the same. There's a quote by the American Institute of Stress. There is one super stress buster that evokes the relaxation response that we widely recommend as useful for everyone, even kids. Can you guess what it is? Breathing. That's right, simply breathing. It's free and it can be practiced anywhere. The key, of course, is focused breathing. So what is focused breathing? It's bringing attention and consciousness to your breath in such a way that you intentionally use your breath to calm your nervous system. A simple internet search returns numerous articles on the neurophysiology and neuroscience that explains what's happening when we use focused breathing to reduce stress. The purpose of this chapter is not to recount those details, but to teach you a simple process you can begin using right now. One you can take with you everywhere you go to manage your day-to-day stresses better. Another quote, breathing well means breathing more slowly and deeply. Relax, feel your breathing, and breathe comfortably. Once aware, it naturally becomes deeper and slower. So the second part of the chapter is the actual tool that I am teaching. So I'm going to read through this with you. And if you care to participate, you can follow along. There's 3 rounds of breathing techniques. I'm going to set the timer here as I read through it. And I'll just read through the tool. So you don't need to worry about having a timer. I'll do the timer part for you. So just what to keep in mind is that your breath goes wherever you go, right? So it's with you, in you, always available to calm you down during stressful situations. But sometimes we forget that we have that ability. So we're going to practice, because this does require practice. You know, babies, when infants are when babies breathe, that you can typically see they're breathing in their belly. And so what we're going to do here is just do a little bit of practice to sort of diagnose where we are. So for the first round, sit comfortably, uncross your arms, your legs, your ankles if possible. Put your feet flat on the floor and rest your arms in your lap. With eyes open, you can lower your gaze, or if you would like, you could even close your eyes. And allow yourself to relax and settle in. Bring your attention to your breathing. Where do you notice your breath? Is it at the tip of your nostrils, in your lower belly, your chest? Maintain this focus on your breath, and then take one long, deep inhale and exhale through your nose. Go slowly as you breathe in and out. Take another breath. And then one more. Continue breathing like this until the timer stops. So how was that? The next part of the tool is to check in with yourself, right? So how was it? What did you notice? Were you distracted by your thoughts or your mind chatter? Mind chatter just is. When we try to calm ourselves, it's almost as if our brains want to revolt, right? So they work against us by thinking, and we start getting distracted. Know that you're not doing anything wrong when that happens. Thinking chatter is normal, happens to everybody. But when the thoughts come, what I want you to do in the next round is to just name them, right? So when the thoughts come through your mind, just name them as thinking and try to refocus back on your breath as quickly as you can. Okay? So you're going to just, as the thoughts start coming, just say thinking, and go back to your breath. So we're going to try again. Again, get comfortable, uncross your arms, legs, ankles if possible. Put your feet flat on the floor. Lower your gaze if you want to keep your eyes open, or you can close your eyes. And allow yourself to relax and just kind of settle back in. Bring your attention to your breathing. Again, where do you notice your breath? Is it at the tip of your nostrils? Do you notice it in your lower belly, your chest? Maintain this focus on your breath and take one long deep inhale and exhale through your nose. Go slowly as you breathe in and out. Take another breath and one more. So check in with yourself after that second round. How was that for you? What did you notice the second time? How would you describe your level of calm at the end of this round of practice? Was the mind chatter a little quieter? Did naming the chatter thinking and refocusing on your breath help you to be less distracted? So let's try this one more time. We're going to do one more round. So again, make yourself comfortable. Try to uncross everything if you've crossed. Lower your gaze if your eyes are open. Close them if you would like. And just start to relax a little more. And bring your attention to your breathing. Where do you notice it this time? Is it at the tip of your nostrils? Your lower belly? Your chest? Keep the focus, maintain this focus on your breath. And take one long, deep inhale and exhale through your nose. Go slowly as you breathe in and out. Take another breath and another one. And when thoughts arise, name them thinking and refocus on your breath. And continue to breathe in and out through your nose until the timer stops. Allow your breath to relax areas of tension in other parts of your body. Breathe into them. Okay, so that's the third round. So check in with yourself. How are you feeling in your body? Do you notice a difference in your stress? So even though we've been practicing right here in a certain space, rest assured that this quick 3-minute practice, once you learn the practice, you can just do it on your own without anybody's voice guiding you. So this quick 3-minute practice can be used anytime, anywhere. It can be used in the conference room, in the bathroom, in your car, before a presentation is often when I find it quite helpful. It can also be repeated as often as necessary to create more calm in any situation. So when stress comes, and it will, remember to tune into your breath and use this 3-minute technique to restore calm. Change your breathing, change your life. So that's the end of my chapter, and I would love to take questions if anybody has any questions for the little bit of time that we have remaining. One thing I want to comment on is, for a really long time, I've been a mindfulness meditator, and I often hear, people often have a misconception that in order to use your breath to calm, that, you have to have 20 minutes or an hour or go on a retreat. And the fact of the matter is that what the research shows is that you really don't have to do that extensive of a practice in order to get the benefits of using breath to calm yourself down. You can do it very quickly. And that's what I really love about this particular tool, is that it's accessible and it's easy to learn. And sometimes it requires, we have to unlearn the way that we have adapted our breathings, So for me, often I'm breathing way up high here in my chest. And so it takes that focused concentration to be able to really hone in on where is it that I'm experiencing my breath. And it can change from one day to the next, 1 hour to the next. Sometimes it'll be at the tip of your nostril. Sometimes it'll be here in your chest. But the idea is to focus in on it and allow your breath and in and out through your nose to calm you. And like I said, you can repeat as often as necessary, which is the awesome part of this, is that we take ourselves with us everywhere we go. So any questions? I don't see any questions coming in the chat here. Okay. If nobody has any questions, then I think that we're good. That was my chapter. This our book is available on Amazon for anybody who has not ordered it yet. It's the Wellness Universe Complete Guide to Complete Self-Care, 25 Tools for Stress Relief. I'm a very proud co-author. So thank you so much for coming today, and hope you got something out of this.